Overwhelm is that state where you feel there's too much to do, and then you kind of get caught up and you think, what should I do first? What should I not do first? Then you decide to take a walk, you decide to take a cigarette, and then before you know it, the day is gone. And then the next day it is piled up, and then there's pressure, and then you're broke and all these things. And then it becomes unbearable. So the reason that I was overwhelmed was, number one, I was working without a goal or plan. Yes, I had the visions. Yes, I had written down my goals for the year, but it was not very clear and broken down on a day-to-day basis. All right. Number two, there was lack of focus and or understanding the word focus. Now, when we talk about focus, people really don't understand the word focus. Focus means get rid of everything else, pick one thing and go after it for 5 years without giving up. Okay. That is really hard. That is really hard, especially in this world of today. It is harder than you think, okay? Next, lack of discipline. This was my biggest one, okay? Lack of discipline to work out, lack of discipline to go for my jog, lack of discipline to do what I had to do, the morning prep, the evening prep. It was, you know what I mean? Shiny object syndrome. Oh boy, was I. Listen, sometimes I look at some of the stuff I bought and the things I jumped on, and it's amazing. I have so much stuff that I bought and invested in. In a way, there was some good, there was a reason why. That's why I have the ability to be able to share with you, because I've been there, I've done it, I've bought, you name all the funnels in the world, you name all the things that send emails, you name it. Me and Hassan have gone through it. And then, of course, not having a strong why you do things, why failure is not an option. So I put my weakness of my why used to cause the overwhelm. And then finally, that environment. That is so crucial, okay? That's so crucial. Those of you who know me, you will notice that the environment I was in 3 years ago is not the environment that I operate in right now. What I operate in is a completely different environment. Just look at it. Just look, okay? Totally different. So this is what caused the overwhelm, okay? Now, I want to go a little bit deeper because I want to serve you, all right? I want to give you the usual suspects of the surface things that actually cause overwhelm. Then I'll share with you how I was able to get rid of the overwhelm. Okay, can you see that? Yes, how I was able to get rid of the overwhelm. But first, let me just tell you some of the things that would cause my overwhelm instead of helping me out. Okay, number one, scrolling. Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're addicted. That finger going up and down the entire freaking day. All right. Number two, gossiping. Okay, you're in the chat boxes, you're gossiping, you're talking about this, you're talking about so-and-so's hair and Kardashian and Beyonce and all this nonsense, okay? Instead of focusing on your goal. Number three, being a people pleaser, okay? When somebody posts something, you want to respond immediately. Or you want to be the kind of person who's always there to respond. Oh my God, what would they say if I don't? Oh my God, I got to do it because, so-and-so. What would they say? What would my sister say, People pleasing is one of the biggest challenges for people who want to build a business, but they don't actually understand that the more you say no, the more you change the way that your expectations are of other people and them of you, the faster that you're going to grow. Next, weak resolve. The weak resolve. You don't have a strong heart to resolve and say, I'm going to get it done. Okay. You start something half-hearted. Okay. How many businesses have you thought about you started and you did? How many conversations have you had with your family and all these friends and they never took off? That's because you have a weak resolve. Okay. You don't have that big desire, the big strong why to say, you know what? I don't care if it's going to kill me, let it kill. I read something, Vusi wrote something today. He said, people do underestimate what it takes to create generational wealth. Okay. It is tough, guys. It is hard. Okay. You got to put in the work. 5-10 years. That is what it takes. Okay. Next, your truth. Okay. What is your truth? The reason that most people are overwhelmed is because they're not living their truth. They're trying to be something else. They're trying to pretend to be something else. Most importantly, they don't tell the truth of the real situation, okay? They don't tell the truth. They don't live the truth. Look, if you haven't made money, you haven't made money. It's the truth. Face it, okay? Other than, going around and say, you know what, I prayed about it 3 weeks ago. God is going to answer. God only answers if you get up and do something, all right? Next, YouTube movies. I don't have to say anything about that. I know because I used to have the same problem, okay? Self-sabotage. Boy, have I self-sabotaged crazy in my life. It's unbelievable. Okay, I do, I take 1 step forward and 3 steps back. I do dumb stuff all the time, every time. And when I realized that, I realized, okay, this is what is keeping me from moving, but most importantly, creating the overwhelm. Next, lack of sleep. I used to go around posing, telling people, oh, you know what? I only sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Gay. That is not cool. Bottom line. That's what I can say. You got to get the rest, because when you're rested, then you have the ability to think straight. When you have the ability to think straight, then you can build your business much further. Bad habits, eating the wrong things all the time. Look, this is the system that makes things happen. If you feed it the wrong way, you're not going to be able to think. I did not know the effect of a bad diet on thinking. It's amazing, okay? And yours truly is consistently looking at ways of making... Listen, I'm the kind of guy, I eat 1 scoop of ice cream and my body bulges. You know, that is just the way it is, okay? So I am super keen on my diet. But I realize that when you have a great diet and you're eating clean, even the thinking is cleaner. And then, of course, dehydration, not drinking enough. I have changed this, and it is a game changer. Just having a glass of water, you know, if any of you knows me, I travel with a cup, okay? And that cup goes everywhere with me because I learned the power of hydration. So these things will cause overwhelm, and you don't know how, but they do. They will come in and cause a lot of overwhelm for you. Now, let us go to how did I get over the overwhelm, okay? What did I do? Number 1, okay? How did I sorted out my focus, okay? First things first, guess what I did? The day before, I chose my 3 priorities, okay, that were based on my weekly projections. And that was it. So every day, I only do 3 things. What are my 3 key priorities, okay? And if they're based on my weekly projects, okay, whatever project it is, let us say this week, for example, I'm doing the Wealthy Coach workshop on Saturday. It's happening tomorrow, okay? There are 3 things that I need to do. Number 1, do the copy. Number 2, prepare like crazy. And then number 3, make sure everybody knows about it. By doing that, by making sure that every day I'm accomplishing those 3, then I'm done, okay? So my day is much more relaxed because I said I only have to do 3 things. Now, everything on top of that is a bonus. Now, does that mean that when I'm done by midday, I go home? No. It is just that there's no reason for overwhelm because my 3 things for the day have been done. Period, okay? And I do them so well that I don't have to regret and or think about what else to do.